Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we have the Mive Style Folder 2. This device takes the win for best hardware of the year, in my opinion, for flip phones, but there are some things that I do not like, so we'll talk about those in just a second. But first, let's get over the frequently asked questions. And as you see right there, this is a transition device. You can install pretty much any application you want and need from the Google Play Store because it does have Google Play services, which means a lot of extra compatibilities like Android Auto and just a smooth experience. Having Android 14 just allows you to do a lot of extra things faster and better. And it's just something that is appreciated, especially if you need work apps for this specific device. You can navigate with the keys. You do not need to use the touchscreen, but if you want to use the touchscreen, you can. Now, the only drawback of this device, in my personal opinion, is the size. It is quite large. As you see right here, this is an iPhone mini, and it is a little bit larger or bulkier, but when you open it, it's when it's like, okay, well, this is just getting out of control. It's just pretty massive. And I wish that Mive would have looked into keeping the smaller form factor of the Mive Style Folder 1 instead of going with this large form factor in the Mive Style Folder 2. The texting experience is quite nice. I was not able to text because it does not work here in the United States, but I was able to test with third-party apps. I have just resetted the device so I can showcase it in its original format. But here you have triple click and the keys are extremely responsive. The hardware is really nice. You have really well-constructed buttons. You also have a 3.5mm headphone jack. You have a special button that you can register for whatever it is that you need. You have a few controls here for easy access, and everything feels extremely sturdy. It's not something that is going to give in pretty quickly. You can cycle through the different symbols and emoji, and if you are in the Korean mode, you can also type in Korean. I recommend that you go over and that you install TT9. So TT9 is a utility that allows you to load multiple dictionaries and keyboards that are available in different languages. So if your language is not preloaded with this device, because this device is specifically made for the flip phone form factor in Korea, then you need to go to TT9 and download that APK, be able to kind of install it pretty quickly. As you see right here, this is the GitHub. If you look it up, it's the first result on Google. And then you can go into releases and download it, or you can even go into the Google Play and download it. You have it on F-Droid. Whichever way that you want to get it, you can get it. And I highly recommend that because it's going to make your typing experience way better. If you're in the international market and looking for a really nice, very well constructed, solid device that is a transition device and that does pretty much everything that you need to do through Google Play, through email. If you want to have entertainment, I don't necessarily think that you're going to be watching a lot of YouTube videos like this in this format. It's quite unwieldy and I don't recommend it at all. But I mean, if you want to, I guess it is. You can also delete all of these apps because it is Android and is based on a version of Android. You can get ADB and uninstall pretty much anything that you don't want the device to have, which again, I think it's a lot of flexibility and it's making the transition device what you want to make it. The maps, the Android Auto, everything works as expected because again, this device has the full compatibility of the Android operating system, even with Google Play services. Now, some of you may not want those Google Play services, and that is understandable, but you have the access if you need it, if you want it, to essentially be able to use it. I haven't received any updates and, I've kind of been able to use it for a few days, but I expect that if there's going to be a few updates here and there, they are going to be able to push it via OTA. You also have the Android version right there as Android 14, which I think it's quite neat that we have an advanced device, a flip phone that has these capabilities. Again, this is a transition device, is not a pure flip phone with no distractions. If you're looking for something like that, I recommend that you take a look into the Mudita Compact right here. So it is pretty much the same size and it is going to have less distractions, and you can still add utilities, or you can look into the light phone, of course, if that's something that interests you. It is more of a simple device, and if you want to hack it, you can also get other utilities, but that is just a little bit more complicated than on the default device, like right here. On the Mive Style Folder, you can essentially do whatever it is that you need and kind of get going with your day. And put all of the utilities that are necessary for your everyday living without a lot of compromise. So as you see, this device does a lot of very good things, but it's kind of a question to you. What do you want with it? So do you want an experience that is a little bit more minimal, or do you want an experience that is fully fledged, having all of the conveniences and utilities that you need for your everyday living, with the knowledge that this is a flip phone device and it's a little bit unwieldy to start using or navigating? I mean, I don't see myself scrolling through this, but I know some people have, maybe you want more protections for your device. So it's up to you to decide which one or which experience it is that you want. But the device is quite snappy. It's a high recommend for transition devices because not only of the software, but also because of the build quality. It feels extremely nice in the hand and it works great. The camera is a very good performer. I was happy to see, and as you see in the shots right there, the camera does extremely well. And these are some of the shots that I just do for illustrative purposes, but the autofocus works well, and I can show you a little bit more right here. So as you see, like, there you go. You have the autofocus, you can go into flash, you can go into customizing it a little bit, and you can also do video. So it's something that I think it's going to be an extremely nice experience to use because it is quite refined. Now, there is a little bit or something to be said about the placement of the camera. I don't necessarily like that it is on the back because then you have to kind of like angle it, but there is a way to customize it. So if you want the camera to be open and you can view it through this viewfinder right here, you can do that, which it takes a little bit of tinkering around and kind of going through what can this screen display, but you do have the ability to do that for quick snaps depending on what your purposes are for the camera. But so far, I think it's a strong contender if you're looking for a transition device, if you're looking for something that is more useful than your regular dumb phone, and for whatever reason you need it for work, you need certain apps, I think the Mive folder is going to be there. And you can definitely pare it down, make it simpler, create different interfaces, put a launcher on it, whatever it is that fits your needs. If you have any questions about this device or any of the other devices that I have reviewed, make sure to leave them in the comments below and I'll be interacting with you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.